members of the Directors Forum, MIoD directors and members, members of the press, distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Welcome to the MIoD's last event of 2024. I'm Nafisa, the Learning and Advocacy Manager at the MIoD, and I'm thrilled to see you all joining us this morning, marking a key milestone in our mission to promote corporate governance across boards. It is my pleasure to welcome you all today at this launch event where we will be exploring a theme that is increasingly at the forefront of corporates and investor priorities towards a global sustainability reporting framework, the role of ISSB's S1 and S2 standards and its impact on directors. Before we move on with our agenda for today, let's have a look at last year's launch event of the Directors Forum Publication 8 on the African Opportunity, Key Insight for Directors.
This is the 8th paper that PwC and I are releasing together. It's a second one under my leadership, but I think it's the first one that really boldly goes beyond our small country's boundaries.
And today's event has shared the testimony of IBL, East Africa, and Omniclean.
We managed to close 3 M&A deals and other partnership and greenfield deals, which now set IBL in East Africa in an interesting position with more than 13,000 to 14,000 team members across the region in various industries, which hopefully will be able to help us derive more synergies out of this investment as we move forward.
Our core business in Mauritius is sugar and energy. So clearly we've developed an expertise, and Africa is the logical market for us. And there's so many development opportunities over there.
When you hear the testimonies of Jacques and also Michel to some extent, I think our paper is even more relevant because it says to really have a laser-sharp strategy, be very careful and take your time in how to approach the market, know your competition, and also spend a lot of time building the right relationship.
That's what I said in the end, that Africa is a fantastic opportunity. However, the school fees can be very high. Working with Mauritian teams, Mauritian contractors, Mauritian banks has been very helpful. Obviously, we've had African partners as well.
You need to be able to have a nice blend of people who are living your values as a corporate entity in Mauritius, tap into that talent pool while bringing the corporate governance and the values of entities that we may be working for.
Government to government agreements are very important because that gives a solid base to mitigate risks in terms of insurance covers and political risks.
PwC Mauritius falls under actually East Market area, so we work with Nairobi and Tanzania and Uganda and Rwanda. We are used to it. We are used to working with clients on the continent. So I think we're well positioned to understand their challenges and the opportunities they're talking about.
Are we at the forefront of financial services and structuring and management companies? Yes, we are. However, when you look more on a more operational basis, I think this is where we need to be very humble and really look at expansion in East Africa as a two-way street, where obviously there is a sharing of knowledge and sharing of synergies two ways.
We shouldn't forget the main theme of our collaboration with MIoD is really enhancing corporate governance.
The purpose of the Directors Forum is to provide our members, directors in Mauritius, on the experiences that some companies have had and provide the learnings that they can put into practice when investing in Africa.
We hope that you've enjoyed the snippet on last year's launch event, and here we are today on yet another key milestone for the Directors Forum. As we all know, sustainability is no longer just a buzzword. It has evolved into a critical factor that influences business strategy, operations, and reporting. Today, there is an increasing demand for companies to not only deliver strong financial performance, but also demonstrate transparency in how they manage environmental, social, and governance factors. Investors, stakeholders, and regulators alike are calling for more trusted, comparable, and comprehensive sustainability data to drive informed decision-making. Today, we come together for the launching of the 9th position paper of the Directors Forum, a forum established in 2015 with our key partner, PwC Mauritius. It is thus my privilege to have us gathered all today for this launching ceremony of the position paper on the theme Towards a Global Sustainability Reporting Framework, the role of ISSB's S1 and S2 standards and its impact on directors. Ladies and gentlemen, without any delay, I am pleased to invite the CEO of the MIoD, Sheila Judah, for her welcome note. If you could please join me, Sheila. Thank you.
Thank you, Nafisa. Can you hear me? So, Juliette Ayak, Risk Assurance Partner and Sustainability Leader at PwC, MIoD members, members of the Directors Forum, I see a number of faces present here today, members of the press, distinguished guests, and all protocol observed. A very good morning to you, and as usual, I'm happy to be here standing in front of you at the last event of 2024 that the MIoD is having. And very happy also to be here for the launch event of the 9th publication paper issued by the Directors Forum. What gets measured gets managed. And this quote of Peter Drucker emphasizes that by tracking our sustainability efforts, we can better understand and improve our impact on the world. Let me start by sharing a story that underscores the importance of sustainability reporting. In a small town, there was a bakery called the Green Oven. The owner, Sarah, was passionate about baking delicious bread and was also concerned about the waste generated by her business. She decided to take a closer look at her operations. So Sarah began keeping track of everything, like the ingredients used, the energy consumed, and the waste produced. What she discovered was indeed eye-opening. The bakery was wasting a significant amount of dough and energy. Instead of feeling discouraged, Sarah saw this as an opportunity. And in fact, this is what we need to be having that mindset in life. With her new insights, she implemented some changes, like, for instance, she started using leftover dough to create new pastries. She switched to energy-efficient ovens and sourced ingredients from local farmers to reduce her carbon footprint. Sarah further documented these changes and published a simple report highlighting her bakery's journey towards sustainability. When she shared her sustainability report with her customers, they were inspired. Many appreciated her commitment to the environment and soon became loyal patrons of the Green Oven. So the ultimate impact is that sales increased and Sarah's bakery became a community model for sustainability. What is the key learning of this story? This story illustrates that sustainability reporting doesn't have to be complex. It can start with simple actions and, with transparency. And by measuring the impact, Sarah was able to make informed decisions that benefited both her business and the community. Sarah's journey demonstrates how individual efforts can lead to meaningful change. But in a world where sustainability challenges across industries and borders, achieving true impact requires aligning these efforts within a broader, unified framework for setting clear expectations and accountability. And this is precisely the role of IFRS S1 and S2 standards, providing the foundation for organizations across industries to coordinate their efforts, driving a global culture of transparency, trust, and accountability. And the Directors Forum publication number 1 translate the complexity of these standards into practical guidance for directors. Distinguished guests, at the MIoD, we believe that collaboration, education, and innovation are the cornerstones of corporate governance excellence. Through our range of initiatives, our work comprises of promoting the highest standards of corporate governance, positioning Mauritius as a regional and global leader in responsible business practices. This week alone, we have demonstrated this commitment through 2 pivotal initiatives. On Tuesday, 2nd December, under the Climate Governance Initiative Mauritius, which is another advocacy forum run in collaboration with our founder, HSBC Mauritius, we partnered with the British High Commission and the UK Task Force for Access to Climate Finance to gauge the local reality with a view to align our practices in Mauritius with international standards for effective climate governance. And today, as you can see, we launch this Directors Forum publication number, which is a vital resource to guide directors in implementing the IFRS S1 and S2, and this in collaboration with PwC Mauritius. So these initiatives reflect our shared mission to empower, once again, directors, ensuring that Mauritius, as a business society, not only meets international benchmarks, but also sets the pace for transformative leadership and sustainable practices. On a concluding note, I would like to wholeheartedly thank the members of the Directors Forum. I see Aisha here, Yandev here, and a few faces are here as well. These members, their dedication and expertise are very important in crafting this position paper. So the work of the members reflects the collaborative spirit that drives governance excellence. And this publication is the result of collective effort and shared vision. I take this moment as well to thank PwC Mauritius and its team, led by Julien here, Taya, for the partnership with MIoD, whose contributions continue to elevate the work and mission of the Directors Forum, ensuring its continuous relevance and impact. Last but not least, I wish to thank the MIoD team for their tireless efforts behind the scenes. Finally, I would encourage you to dive into this publication. I know it's a new topic, quite complex, right? You would agree with me, Julien, very complex. So dive into this publication because we think that this would serve as a guide in navigating, the complexities of sustainability reporting. And as this is the last event of the MIoD for this year, I take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, wishing you all the best, and let's together lead Mauritius into an era defined by corporate governance, excellence, and sustainable success.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Sheila, for your welcome note. Ladies and gentlemen, with the launch of the International Sustainability Standards Board, ISSB, and its S1 and S2 standards, the landscape of sustainability reporting is being reshaped. These standards are designed to bring a global consistency to ESG disclosures, providing a unified framework that supports both companies and investors in understanding how sustainability impacts value creation. Valued partnerships, such as the MIoD and PwC Mauritius, is what contributes to promoting the necessary knowledge and insight of the best corporate governance practices on such topics. I thus have the pleasure of welcoming our esteemed collaborator and partner and sustainability leader at PwC Mauritius, Mr. Julien Taillac, to address you all this morning. If you could please join me, Julien. Thank you.
Sheila and her MIoD team, fellow members of our Directors Forum, clients, guests, very good morning to you all. This paper dives into a topic that's very broad, yet very relevant, which is sustainability. More specifically around IFRS S1, S2, which we hope will soon become mandatory in our jurisdiction very soon. The objective of the paper is an attempt, and I use the word attempt because doing a concise paper on such a broad topic always comes with challenges, which I think we have managed to do something concise, but still very relevant and comprehensive to give you the initial guidance that you're looking for. And most importantly, a very targeted focus on what implies to you directors and board members. Let me start by saying what that standard is not. It's not an accounting standard. I know people will see IFRS and will say, oh, that's another accounting standard. We've gone to 16, 17, 18, 19, and it keeps going. This is not an accounting standard. It's more a strategic framework of how to bring sustainability into your core business. And this, by doing this, it's transforming the role and the responsibilities of directors and board members, because what it does is also bring sustainability at the core of corporate governance. Environmental and social challenges are not abstract concepts. They are tangible. Risk and opportunities that directly impact our businesses, the organization you work for, our country, and the planet as a whole. Here in Mauritius, we are experiencing its effects firsthand through increased weather activities, shifts in our key economic sectors, and in our labor market. 20 years ago, a board meeting was about financials mostly, revenue and profit. Now there's a lot more to cover, and a lot more on our shoulders as directors and board members to cover. Supply chains are becoming more complex. Now we even talk about the broader value chain. Decarbonization has become a focus. Human capital is being valued more than ever. And as we are just starting to get used to the concept of climate change and climate risk, the global trend is already shifting to much broader concepts of nature and biodiversity, which concepts that are already being worked by the ISSB, which should become soon the IFRS S3. And let's not add on top of that increased stakeholder expectation. I mean, before we were worrying about investors, now it's broader stakeholder expectations. And any reporting we do, if you can call it corporate reporting, has a direct impact now on our reputation and has to be taken very seriously. These new standards asking us, business leaders and directors, 3 questions. Firstly, how are we integrating sustainability risk and opportunities into our governance structure? Secondly, what strategies we're developing to address these risks and opportunities? And thirdly, how we are measuring and reporting on progress. And this is not about compliance. It's about competitive advantage. It's an invitation to innovate, finding new ways to create value, thinking differently to build a smarter future. As we saw in our last PwC Sustainability Reporting Awards that was held in September, in many local businesses are already starting to embrace that bigger concept of sustainability and starting to embed into their business. But many more are yet to start. And the reality is that we leaders, directors and board members, we are being asked to adapt, to stay relevant. We are being asked to understand these new standards, to develop the necessary skills and capabilities to apply them. The most adaptable directors will be the most successful. Stakeholders are watching, regulators are coming, and young professionals want to work for companies with a clear purpose. This isn't about being nice. This is about being smart. And if applied with the right mindset, it could be the most exciting opportunity in a generation. I hope you enjoy the paper. Thank you.
Thank you again, Julia, for your speech and your valuable partnership throughout the years. Dear guests, you must have noted that on the agenda shared with you that we were supposed to have been joined by the Honourable Minister Dr. Jyoti Jitan, Minister of Financial Services and Economic Planning. However, due to circumstances out of control, she could not be with us today, but sends her sincere apologies. As such, we shall proceed with the official launch of the Position 59 this morning. I would like to invite Sheila, the CEO of the MIoD, and Julien to do the honours for the launch. If you could join me in front. Now, as this is digital.